What is good, my peeps? Big Ruck is back at you again. We're back at it. Time to get back into it. We're talking about our action figure reviews. So what we got going on today is another offering from Hasbro, Marvel Legends. We're talking about Marvel's War Machine, and this is the version that I believe was an alternate armor or version, if you will, for the Capcom game. I could be wrong about that. I'm trying to remember if I ever saw this iteration of War Machine's armor in the comics, and it's actually escaping me. I can't even lie about that. But I do know that we have seen this version of the armor, this kind of armor, if you will, in the, of course, the classic red and gold colors. In fact, we've seen it quite recently with the Pulse exclusive Iron Man Capcom style that came with the plasma blaster or proton cannon, whichever phrase you want to use for that. And of course, you know, we're going to compare that a bit later. You see that we've got our War Machine already out of the packaging looking back at us. And speaking of that packaging, you can see a digital render of the armor. You've got the War Machine logo right there. At the top, you've got, I guess that's supposed to be Rhodey's emblem. And turn to the side, we've got some artwork of War Machine. And you can see that it looks like he's emitting something from his chest piece. On the other side, we have another digital render of War Machine standing statically. And then, of course, on the back, there is another digital render of War Machine utilizing his effect, his chest piece effect, and or one of them, as a matter of fact, and one of his effects. And then you see the illustration of the other effects that War Machine comes with. You see he's got like a big sparkle-like effect, a mirrored set of hands, and of course repulsor blast effects. Turning to the front so we can get one last look at the packaging for War Machine before we get into the review, and it's time to have at it. Checking out the effects out of the packaging, we'll start with the mirrored extra hands. You see we've got a right repulsor blast hand and a left fist. He comes out of packaging with a right fist and a left repulsor blasting hand. And this repulsor blasting hand is it's on a hinge, so that's good. It's not static and it's not affixed, so that's cool right there. Gotta love that. Put that to the side. And then speaking of repulsor blasts, you see we've got a pair of those, and they're molded in a red translucent type of plastic, and you can see it's got when you look right through them, it's got like tinges of orange in there, so pretty good. Of course, we've seen these blast effects a million times before, but they are effective. Twill suffice. We'll set those aside, and we'll look at that chest plate blast. We've seen this before on the we'll call it the Capcom Iron Man, and you see it's got a little peg right there in there, and it affixes to War Machine's chest plate to make it look like he's bursting a chest, a unibeam is what it used to be called back in the day before 2008, and we got the Iron Man movie. Then it started to be known as an arc reactor, but I still call it a unibeam because I'm old school. Set that aside, and then here we got the proper phrase I was looking for, not necessarily proper, but how I'm going to describe it: a starburst blast right here. We also got this with the Capcom Iron Man, and just like the repulsor blast and the chest beam, molded in a fluorescent red, and you see it's got a hole right there. That's meant for it, a fist to be put on, for this to be put on. So pretty interesting. Just like with the Capcom Iron Man, I found that interesting too, because his power usually doesn't, his repulsor blast doesn't usually explode out this way. But hey, it's a different take on an old theme, so I'll take it. New accessories, different types of accessories, I'm here for it. So looking at our War Machine 360 view, I can tell you straight away that I'm loving the color scheme. I'm loving this this very nice and shiny silver. It's like a bluish silver, where it applies, on the face mask and the torso and the arms below the shoulders and above the wrist gauntlets. Looks very, very nice on the knees, looking pretty nice, as well as the thigh guards, the side thigh guards, and the side shins, looking very nice. And the blacks are nice and shiny as well. This is a straight up repaint from the Capcom Iron Man, but the paint job definitely makes this look good. And we've been getting a lot of love for War Machine lately, and no problem. I'm here for that as well. Getting a closer look at our War Machine, you can see what I'm talking about with that bluish silver hue for the faceplate, the torso, and of course the arms. And it looks very nice. You can see all the nice shine in there, and looks very good. Looking at that faceplate, you see that the eye slits, they're in black, and it goes well. If you look at the chest plate, or arc reactor, if you will, you see that it's white on that inside there. And when I turn slightly diagonal so you can see the angle there, you see that depression that I was speaking of, and that's to accommodate the chest blast. I'll turn them to the other side there and break out that chest blast, and affix it. It should fit in nicely. Hopefully this will work on camera. And there it is. It did work on camera. Gotta love that. So there's that that Unibeam chest blast. Looks pretty good. Here's a look at War Machine with one of his repulsor blasts. We've seen this before, but I figured may as well just show it off again. And here he is with the, as I've dubbed it, the Star Blast. And it's, like I said, it fits over the fist. You'll have to find the sweet spot to get it on there. But it will work, as you can see. We've seen the articulation on this body before when we reviewed the Capcom Iron Man. I call him Capcom Iron Man simply because of the plasma cannon. But you could also think of him as the 90s cartoon Iron Man. But anyway, here's how they compare. You see they're exactly the same. It's a shame that War Machine didn't come with a gripping hand for his left hand like Iron Man did. That's what enables Iron Man to more effectively wield the plasma cannon. Though you can fudge it, as you see here. And Cam Front, he actually looks really nice with the cannon, I guess, because even though the cannon is very plastic looking, unlike the I believe it's Mafex, they came out with their version of the Capcom Iron Man and with the plasma cannon, and that cannon looks spectacular. It's metallic silver, but we're talking about Marvel Legends, so we'll just stick with that. Be that as it may, War Machine still looks good with it, and that's a good place as any to tap out of this review. Just a little quick hit. We've seen the body before. It's just a different paint job, a very nice paint job, I think. Simplistic, just silver and black, but bluish silver and black, I should say. And we've seen the effects before, but they work, quite frankly, and especially with this red translucent color. It goes great with the black and the silver, I think. As you see, I've got him on the rotating base with the Starburst, the Chest Blast, and the Repulsor Ray. And yeah, War Machine looks great. I actually think that I'm going to pose him similarly to this. He gets to blaze all of his effects and looks great doing it. Anyhow, this will do it for the review. Got War Machine, and with the effects looking really good. Everybody, please do me the solid of going down below and liking the video. We really need help with that. It helps the algorithm, and likes are free. So all you got to do is really just put your thumb or your forefinger right there on the thumb, up or down. Do me a solid and do that. You could also, while you're down there, subscribe to the channel. Definitely would appreciate that. You could leave your comments, questions, concerns, critiques in that section as well. And if you want to be notified when I upload another video, hit that bell and you will be notified. I've got some things coming up. I've got in my retro X-Men wave, so we'll be going through that. But I also have something else that I think is pretty special. I'm not going to mention it right now, but trust and believe, I think you guys are going to love it. Anyway, on behalf of James Rose, aka War Machine, I am the Ruckus, and I leave you with this. Remember, the hunt continues, and I'm out. Peace.